Sure, you've heard the elephant guy.
Elephant guy. Ugh, such a disappointment. I thought he was a good person.
Well, that's a great example of what you were saying before, that people lose their compassion.
Yes, that's what I realized. But I always thought he was a very good person. At least he has a heart for the people. That he's on people. That's why he's been reelected and being brought back to position of the power every time. He has shown his true colors. Oh my God.
I think he underestimated the power of social media because that video went viral.
Because he's still, like I said,
Baby boomer, yeah.
baby boomers, and they thought they're still in that age.
Exactly.
Now it's a different era.
That's why he was forced to issue an apology the next day.
Yes.
I saw our CM. I call him the Naga Joe Biden because sometimes he talks to people that aren't even there. He's looking at places.
Naga Biden. Everyone is just so quiet, and people who are raising their voices, they're being shut.
And that slogan, change is coming. That is the most horrible. It's as true as it gets. It's coming, but when?
It's coming. It's never reaching. I think we should read between the lines now. People should be smart enough to read between the lines and actually to choose.
After 30 years? I hope so.
I think he'll complete 30 years.
I could understand why some people feel like there's no hope.
Yes, hopelessness. That's why I'm always telling people that formation of RPP is like a ray of hope. If you can get hope out of this and have trust, get back your trust again and put an effort one time.
But what guarantees people that once you guys get into power, that you guys are quote unquote uncorruptible?
So now if you don't give us a chance, how are we going to prove it to you? We cannot just change Nagaland in 5 years, even if we're elected, that is for sure. But at least in that 5 years term, that much can bring a lot of change. I think you can do anything if you have that power. Because now if you're that convicted, I think you can change anything. You can change it upside down and you'll be the most wanted person. It's a lot. There's a lot of things that we don't know.
Well, I think the good news for you guys is that if you guys do come into power, the bar has been set so low that even if you go 5% above that, you've achieved.
Right. Just like the one, that elephant situation happened at Chambemo. He raised his voice. At least he's saying something. Unlike other people, the standard is so low that you just say something, you breathe something differently, and then I always had hopes because if young people were to join, if the educated people who knew things, who knew about outside, how development is being brought, or if those people were to be in the position of leadership, things would have been different. No, it's the individual and their conviction. It's always that. So be it a older age or younger age, you should check on the heart. We really have a heart for the people. Because we do have older people, they have rejected a lot of corrupted offers. Thank God they exist. I'm always thankful every time I hear those stories. He's just one person and he said no to those things. How many people have been saved just because he being in that position said no? This is a time, that era where we can actually bring the change. Because now we have already reached that hopelessness is the leaders don't trust the public don't trust it. That's why there's a transaction, and that the transaction is money. That's why I also did not hesitate to join. One guy told me, I think your Nagaland chief minister is the only chief minister who didn't come out and meet people on occasions or on situations like this. Because every other leader, or at least their ministers, came out and spoke with the people, the public, and consult them or encourage them or give them that type of thing.
Well, probably because he's so old. If he caught the virus, he would be dead.
He doesn't have that confidence anymore, right? He himself. Yes, that could be it, right? I feel bad that it has to be this way. That what people should be making fun of you after having reigned for so many decades.
Right. Can we list his achievements? It would barely be a page long.
For me, I want people to remember me for this, as this kind of person. Achieved something great, something different. But what about them? It's only going to be within their own circle. Okay, he did this for us. But what about the greater picture?
And we've seen it before. When people go out of power, people don't love them anymore.
And they don't even, yes.
They barely even bat an eye.
I think understanding that if I don't grab hold of this power, people are not going to respect me or fear me. So that keeps them again more hungry towards power, but not in the right. And then they would turn into the wrong means to gain that power. So it's like a cycle.
It really is.
Like a vicious one. So if you're stupid, then you make a stupid cycle only.
I think in most of our lives, if you surround yourself with idiots, if you surround yourself with people who are corrupt, but if you surround yourself with people who motivate you, it's a completely different story.
Yes.
But when you're around that same group, that same bubble, of course, you're not going to change.
Never going to change. And I think they collect such kind of people for them to feel comfortable.
Yes, men. That's where the term comes from.
Insecurity. To make you feel your insecurity just palliate for the moment. I'm too tired of talking about these people.
Because it's like a broken record. It's over and over and over again.
It's nothing new. It's like, yes, I know, right? I know, right?
Isn't that crazy? The fact that one of these people, they could do something outrageous, but that's just an ordinary day for us. It's a casual, everyday thing that they do. It's not surprising anymore.
Not surprising anymore.
What can you expect? I mean, people are only as knowledgeable as what the media tells them.
Yes, that's why media should not be mediocre people. They should not be lazy. They should dig. I was speaking about our corruption here to my Japanese friend, and he was like, "Oh, we were also like that 200 years ago." I'm like, that is 200 years ago. You're talking about now. And I had to feel embarrassed, but can't be embarrassed. I was talking about this party with him, and he's like, "Oh, what are the issues?" And they wanted to know about Nagaland. And they love it here. It's just that it's dirty. It's dirty.
We know it's Dimapur. Come on.
It's Dimapur. And like, I feel shy that it is my place that I'm living in.
I feel shy that it's the airport that's located there.
The lavatories are already stinking a few feet away, and the water is not running. How embarrassing is that? Even I don't feel comfortable. You move out from Dimapur to other parts of the state, or of the country, you get better. No, and when you come back home, worst. To keep up to a certain level of cleanliness, they will say, this is not city, this is Dimapur. That's how we want to change, right? Now that's why I expect that through this dengue infection, people should wake up. It is us who made it very infectious. We created it.
What do you think of the argument that says that if it's the locals that are running the city, it tends to be very clean, but if it's non-locals, it tends to be very dirty? How true is that statement, if at all?
No, oh my God, that's quite interesting topic. Yeah, with the CHUMU, very very simple, very current example. It's because they're taking the locals are taking it in their hands. They can go to that extreme. Now, who is going to control that if it's going extreme? So basically, if it's the locals who are running it, they'll have a tendency to dominate. The dominance will come, and if they're going extra, who is going to control them? Who is going to maneuver that situation? If a local is running, then the one who is overall in charge will be influenced by the locals. I believe they will have that inclination towards the locals' decisions mostly. Unlocals running businesses is actually not very encouraging, because now they'll have that dominance over you with our cultural and also traditional situation, our integrity, our whatever. We tend to compromise, and once that mixed culture situation happens, it can contradict it, and then we can lose a lot of our history, whatever. That could be a threat, and it's happening.
I mean, again, going back to those assailants,
I don't know how these people think. I want to go meet them and have a discussion with them just once.
Well, maybe they feel that local law enforcement is so incompetent that they feel that they need to take the law into their own hands.
I also feel like that. Maybe may bring delayed justice.
Too much paperwork.
Or maybe too much of that. Yes. For that reason, people have taken it upon themselves that, okay, it's my duty to take this. At the end of the day, whatever it is, it's not the right way to have that kind of approach.
Definitely not gang up on one guy and kill him.
That's a very uncalled for situation. It shouldn't happen.
Knowing their mentality, because I've lived here quite a while, they probably think that they're going to get it off scot-free because they're locals.
Yes.
But I hope that's not the case.
I really hope that it shouldn't be like that. They should get what they deserve, befitting punishment as per the law, And also that the law enforcement should actually prove to the people that, yes, we can do our job well.
And we can be not biased.
Yes, they can be non-biased, yes.
Right.
This is their opportunity as well. And then slowly then that kind of mindset also will be, erased.
I hope to see what they're going to come out with.
Let's just wait and watch. We can only wait and watch.
Right. Yes, see what happens.